UNVEILED TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Wow, welcome to Man Unveiled. This is our day, Wednesday evening. I'm always looking forward to this day, coming to you live from Elevate TV. And I want to pass my appreciation to all of us for keeping us live on this program. We are always excited to receive your feedback. As I always keep telling you, that feedback is the breakfast for champions. Every time we receive feedback from you, you're excited to know that you are watching, you're getting edified, you're getting empowered. And this show is for you, watching us right now. This is family time. You are there as a man, you are there as a lady, watching us at home, the office, or from wherever you are watching us from. Feel that this show is cut out for you to empower your family, to empower your life, to empower your marriage, to empower your marketplace assignment, to empower you in all ways. We are here to empower you all around, because we know that as a man you need to be empowered. A society that doesn't empower its men is a society that becomes an endangered species. We must empower each other. That's why we bring to you resourceful men, like we have done tonight. Resourceful men who are here to share their experiences, their exposure, and the wisdom that I usually tell you, called phronesis, practical wisdom, that you guide you and instruct you in the way that you should go. I want to welcome all of us. We are live on TV, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, all at Elevate TV. You can share this link with friends and family. You can share on different platforms. You can continue writing to us. Let us know where you are watching us from. Let's know your contribution, because we know that even as a viewer, as our dear viewer, there's also so much that you know about our topic tonight. I want to welcome you from your sitting room, from wherever you're watching us from. Feel at the right place. I can assure you that you enjoy today's or tonight's show. We are talking about the man and his assignment. We want to understand what the assignment is. We want to know what are the challenges of the man on assignment. What are the joys of a man on assignment? And why should you locate and master your assignment? I'm joined by my panelists. I want to welcome you. And I want you to look at your camera and say hi to us. Pass your regards to your family and the people watching you.
Thank you very much, Apostle Joe Wisdom. I want to take this opportunity to say hi to all our viewers. I specifically want to narrow down to my dear wife, Margaret, and our children, Prudence, Patience, and Peter. I know they are watching us. And our general audience, we want to say thank you very much. This is George Kimani, an accountant and a counseling psychologist, coming from CHACHAM Consultants. In our counseling department, we effectively help people to deal with relationships. We also help people to deal with indiscipline of adolescents, the high schoolers. When they go out of the way, you can consider bringing them to us. We talk to them and we show them the right way. Thank you.
Wow. And that's very important, Mwalimu George, because schools have just closed.
Sure.
And I can tell you that there are parents who need their children talked to. I think you are the best person to do that.
Yes, we need to educate them on how to deal with challenges of raising adolescents.
Wow.
Yes.
And also the adolescents themselves.
Even the adolescents themselves, because adolescence is a stage where someone is discovering themselves.
Wow.
They are wondering whether they are still children or they are adults. They are in between there.
Wow.
Yes.
By the way, do you counsel Gen Zs?
Yes.
Those are Gen Zs now.
They are part of Gen Zs. We counsel them. We help them to navigate the developmental stages that they are going through, the physical changes, the cognitive development, the emotional development, the social adjustments, all those things, and we help them to navigate safely.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. I think at the end of the show, I remember to give you an opportunity to share your number because I know there are parents.
Sure.
And there are some young men watching us right now who need your services.
Sure.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
This is your camera, or this is your camera. Kindly say hi to us and you can shout out to some people I know who are watching.
Good evening, viewers. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm just welcoming my wife and my daughters, Joy, Purity, and Jewel, and entire followers of Kingdom Diplomats Assembly, where I pastor. It's a joy to be here, Apostle, even to engage with the viewers.
Wow.
Amen.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I also want to appreciate that you are able to receive our invitation and honored it. We don't take that for granted. We know you're a busy man, sir.
Thank you, sir. My
And
pleasure.
I want to tell our viewers that I've looked for this man for so long. and I know that today he'll be able to dispense from nurses that that God has given him. He has not also said that he's an author.
Yes, I'm an author.
Yes.
Of a book called The Assignment. That's my first book. Well, my second book will be launched in a couple of weeks from now. Confronting Giants with your mouth open.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, great. Maybe before we even start the show, because we are talking about the man and his assignment, and you have a book called The Assignment. And if I'm not wrong, I can see it's discovery that leads to recovery.
Yes.
Tell us more about The Assignment.
Thank you, Apostle. In every man's life, there are two important days. They say the first day is the day they were born, while the second one is the day they discovered why. That means to say that there are many men who come to this earth and exit without knowing why of their existence. So the book, The Assignment, has to do with how to discover, because you can never recover without a discovery. So I have delved into the matter on how you are supposed to discover that day, second day of your life, the reason why you exist. Because they say where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable.
That's true.
When you don't know the reason for your existence, you are likely to abuse your life.
Wow.
So that's what I've put in that book, and I've shown quite a number of things that regards the discovery, the enemies, the benefits, and the how to, because the Bible says that the labor of a fool wearied every one of them because they don't know how to go to the city. That is to say, it's not enough to know the city exists. It's also important to know how to get there.
The way to the city.
The way to the city.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting excited as you speak, because they say that what remain unrecognized remain uncelebrated.
Yes.
So if you don't discover, as you rightly put it, if you don't discover what you have,
Right.
you cannot recover.
You cannot.
You cannot recover anything.
Yes.
I think the greatest discovery is self-discovery.
You're right, sir.
Mwalimu George,
Yes, Apostle.
you know you are also very rich when it comes to many things. I like you because God has graced you in diverse ways. And I think our viewer can agree to that. There are some people who usually tell me, keep bringing that man. He's able also he is able to help us understand where we are, because we are also coming from the psychological background. What is this assignment? Maybe from those different angles. You have also mentored so many people.
Let me begin by saying that an assignment is something that you have been given by another person to undertake to completion. And after you have completed, you submit back the results to whoever had given you the assignment for it to be checked.
Wow.
Now, man or men or human beings, we came to this earth courtesy of God. It is God who created us. And God, when he created us, if you look at the Bible in the book of Genesis, he placed us in the Garden of Eden. And he gave us instructions of what should be done. Just speaking of two that were given to man, one, he was given the assignment to tether the ground. And number two, he was also requested to name the animals. So those were some of the assignments that were given. But God himself also created a process of procreation, whereby a man is born of a woman. Now, when a man is born of a woman, there is the process of being raised up so that they mature up and then be able to effectively execute the assignments.
Wow.
Now, in the process of bringing up, that is where now psychology comes in. And I like the title that my brother has given his book about you cannot recover until you discover. So as psychologists, we help people to discover some of the issues that maybe never went right. And therefore, they are not accomplishing their assignments well.
Yeah.
I have heard people say that things do not go wrong. They began wrong.
Wow.
Now, the beginning is when someone is born, the early years. So are there things that went wrong there that are now making our man to fail to execute the assignments as originally intended by God?
Wow. Wow. I think the conversation is getting sweeter and better. I want you to pin, if you hear a boga point, please usiache ipotere chini, just pin it right there. Pin it right there. Let's know that you are watching. Let's know where you are watching us from. And if you have anything that you want us to engage our guest on, please write to us. I'm reading your comments here. Tabitha Gadhoni Nganga. Counsellor Tabi, thank you for watching. I know you are there with your family. Joy Mwadhi, thank you so much. Princess Jury, Ben Karoki. A blessing to have all of you that will be reading your comments as we progress. Now, I also want you to know that you are not an accident looking for a place to happen. That is what these gentlemen are saying. You should not stay there looking helpless, looking hopeless, because in God you have an assignment. Now, when we talk about the assignment, Pastor Paul,
Yes, sir.
do we have tools? Because every assignment that one receives, there must be tools of trade, tools of work. Just like a mechanic needs some tools, some spanners here and there. You know, they say that every man must have some few things. Like you don't need to call your neighbors when you are fixing your bed. There are some pliers. You need some basic things. Some spanners as a man. Say that men are defined by some iron materials that you carry. You must have something made of iron. You know, you must have a panga in the house. And if you are not fighting, sometimes you need those services. You know, so do we have tools, or are we empowered with tools? Did God give us the tools, or are we looking for the tools?
Good question, Apostle. I was taking my study from the book of the beginning,
Yes.
the Genesis.
Yes, sir.
There is something they call in theology, or those who study the Bible, called the principle of the first mention. The principle of the first mention has to do with when you want to study a subject, you first establish where it appears first in the Bible. And I looked at our subject of conversation, man and his assignment, and I wanted to establish about man. And I found out from the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, where the word man appears. And it says, and God said, let us make man. And I tried to establish, when he said, let us make man, and he embarked on the assignment of making man. In chapter 2, verse 5, he says that the earth was denied or deprived of rain because there was no man. And in verse 7 of chapter 2, he says when he put up together the dust and it was a mass of dust that was lifeless. He breathed into the nostrils of the lifeless dust, mass of dust. And man became a living soul.
Yes.
That is to say, from the Hebrew translation, the original says, and man became another speaking spirit.
Wow.
So that's where now man became to exist with the functionality like God. So when you ask about the tools, when God created man, he placed him slightly under himself. That means he has a capacity like God, the creative capacities and capabilities. That is to say, everything that man needs to fulfill his assignment on earth is already within, not without.
All right.
Because he functions like God. One time, the psalmist David, in chapter 8 of Psalms, marvels and asks, who is man that you are mindful of him? Who is this man that you come to visit oftenly? You made him slightly lower than angels, which of course the translators missed it with almost 1,000 miles, because the original translation means Elohim. You made him a little lower than Elohim. So meaning, in the hierarchy, in the chain of command, after God is man. So meaning he has whatever it takes to function like God.
Wow.
So we have no shortage of capacity, instrumentality, implements to function and to fulfill our assignment.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Mwalimu George.
Yes.
Where is the place of the tools? Can you maybe define some of the tools that we have as Pastor Paul is talking about now, our functionality? We are empowered. But what are those specific tools that God has given us to help us possibly fulfill our assignment?
Adding to what Pastor is talking about the tools, I would talk of parents. Parents are a major tool that any man requires for him to eventually execute the assignment that God has given.
Yes.
And why am I saying so? If you look at the Bible, God identifies himself as a father, and he gives us instructions.
Yes.
So that if we follow those instructions, we are able to fulfill the assignments.
Wow.
So as Pastor has explained that man has been created slightly below God and given some functionalities, God also delegated that aspect to the parents.
As mentors now.
As mentors, once they get the child, they bring up that child in the ways of God and in the right ways, so that that man eventually execute his functions. So one of the major tools that a man requires is parents.
Wow.
And at this point, I would want to speak to us who are parents. Maybe when you are being brought up, you never had a complete parenthood, so to put it. But it's now for you to provide complete parenthood to the man, to the child that you're bringing up, so that eventually he will take up his assignment. And in psychology, there is a very common saying that says, a child is the father of the man.
Okay.
A child is the father of the man. That means whatever finally, you see, like now the way you are seeing me as Kimani, as a man, this Kimani is fathered by the child Kimani. So the way the child Kimani came up is the man Kimani you are seeing now. And how I came up as a child depends on my parenting.
Wow.
That's a major tool that we must focus on, that God has given us.
Wow.
And if you have been made a parent, God has enabled you, because children comes from God.
Wow.
Then you must make good use of that.
So in short, you are saying we stop complaining about poor background. And they say if you are 25 years and above, you are the background yourself.
Yes.
So you can't keep saying that I came from this. That happened. Now you are the background.
And we can't change it.
You can't change it.
Yes.
Now raise the kind of a family. Raise the kind of a son, the kind of a daughter that you'd want to see in the society. Instead of keep... You know, someone say that if you are to whip the back of the person responsible for all your failures and frustrations in life, you cannot sit for the next 2 months. Why you'll whip yourself?
Sure.
It comes a time, and I'm speaking to a man watching us right now, it comes to a time where we take responsibility. I think it's Abraham Lincoln who said that the price of greatness is responsibility.
Sure.
Where is the place of mentorship, as he has mentioned about parents? Where is the place of mentorship in all this, in the assignment?
Thank you. It's very, very key because one, they say that a man of knowledge increases in strength.
Yes.
To fulfill your assignment, you require a lot of strength. And one of the strength that the channels of avenues of strength comes from mentorship. They say there is no self-made man.
Yes.
And any attempt to become self-made, you will become self-destructed.
Yes, that's true.
You destroy yourself. So basically, the place of mentorship is that a mentor is very key in anyone's life.
Wow.
And I realized when I was in one of the Bradding classes, they say a mentor slaps mediocrity out of an individual. Because one of the enemies of assignments is mediocrity. And we can't be able to fulfill our assignment in an atmosphere of mediocrity. That's why it's important to seek for mentors within the confinement of your assignment.
Wow, wow.
Within the confines of your assignment. Because definitely, of course, all of us, we have been called differently. That's why we look differently. Our complexion is differently. It's very different. That is to say, my assignment could be very different from yours. So I can't just go for your mentor or pursuing your mentor to ensure that my assignment is helped. So I have to identify the mentor that will be of value with regard to my pursuit of assignment. So you cannot underestimate the place of a mentor in a person's life.
Wow.
Yes.
Mentorship, and I know that we'll keep this conversation going. I can see some people who are trying to Nesh, I can see you saying that in our last review of blaming background, we reviewed the age from 25 years to 20 years. So if you are 20 years and above, you are the background yourself. So stop blaming anyone. Hallelujah. Joy Mwadi is there. Samuel K. Indahi. There is no self-made man. Thank you. Harry Bogi, tuned and learning. Nesh, I've just joined. Wow. I'm sure you can mention some tools I possess. Wow, great. Doris D. Thank you, Doris. Thank you. Miriam Jenga and Maggie Kiminja. Thank you, Karen. And all of us who are watching live. I can see Gabriel. Thank you. Gabriel of Afrinet Telecom Solutions. Thank you, sir. I know you are watching. We are still on this topic because we want to do justice to the man and his assignment. Because sometimes we get stuck because we don't have people to hold our hands. Sometimes we get stuck because we don't have. I want to ask Mwalimu George, where is the place of giftings and talents in the assignment?
The place of giftings and talents
and skills
yes, in fulfilling the assignment.
Yes.
They have the first place.
Wow.
Because there is no way you can fulfill the assignment without the skill. And that's why even in a normal school, first of all, we take people through a lesson. It is after the lesson where we impart the skills and the knowledge that an assignment is done. And the results that come out of the assignment shows whether the skills were imparted. Now, allow me to look at it this way. One of the main reasons why men are not fulfilling their assignments well is because the lessons have not been done well. Who is supposed to give these lessons? It is the parent. It is the father.
Wow.
And I want to submit to us that one of the major problems or one of the major causes of failure to achieve assignments is that fathers are absent. So when fathers become absent, there is no one to impart the skills.
Wow.
There is no one to help this kid discover their talent. There is no one to help the kid discover their values and eventually now execute their assignment.
Wow.
So the fathers are absent, so the kid grows without mentorship, without the knowledge, and they therefore cannot execute the assignment.
Wow. I like that point. Someone said that it is the role of the father to call his son into maturity. It's the role of a father. And I know there are fathers watching us. It is our role. I am a father. I'm a father. It's my responsibility to call my son into maturity, to affirm him, to help him develop the right values. We say that there is no child who has a point of view. Every child comes blank. We plant in them whatever we desire that grows. Something that you need to add.
Maybe allow me to finish on that point.
Yes, yes.
About the absence of the fathers, because it is one of the Bible says that you shall know them by their fruits. So how successfully you have accomplished your assignment is the fruits that come out of that, and the fruits are my children. Now I have said fathers are absent right from the house. When the child goes to Sunday school, they are being taught by ladies who are the Sunday school teachers. When the kid goes to kindergarten all the way to around class 7, there are no male teachers. They are just female teachers, and I have no problem with female teachers. But we must appreciate that the absence of the father right from the house, in Sunday school, in the lower primary, leaves this child, exposed, this boy child, because the show is about the boy child, leaves this boy child without someone they can look up to, someone they can learn from and know how to effectively execute the assignment as a man. So we must call upon men who are listening to us to go back to the family, to ensure that they are present, especially in the early life of their children, from 0 to 10 years. Very, very important.
Pastor Paul,
yes, sir.
Where is the place of gifting and talent now? Not to the child, to this man now, because there is a man watching us right now, and he feels like he is not empowered. He's not empowered to fulfill his assignment. He feels he's empty. Where are those tools that, you know, the skills, the talents? Where is their place?
Thank you, sir. No one comes here empty, because God himself has enormous capacity, and he could not send a man to frustrate him on earth.
I like that point.
Man was not sent on earth to be frustrated by God. So to have been sent without gifts and talents would mean that God is subjecting man to unnecessary torture and frustration. Going back to the Bible talks about our calling and our giftings. Our calling came with grace and gifts. That is to say, grace is an ability that enables us to do things extraordinarily. So that means man has a capacity to do extraordinary things. Number two, God has deposited gifts in man. The Bible talks about a man who was going on a journey, and he called his servants, and he gave one 5, the other 2, and the other 1. All according to their ability, not according to the man's wealth. So no man is without a gift. They may have one, and unfortunately, those with one kind of neglect it. They make nonsense of whatever little they think they have. But when the master came, he didn't demand 10 from the one who had 1. So meaning to say, every man comes with a package of gifts. When it comes to skills, they need now to make those, you know, to train themselves, because our skills were not given to us. We get educated, we acquire. We acquire the skills, either through academia, through mentorship, but gifts are already embedded, inherent in every man. We only need just to discover them. That's why discovery is very key. And as you say, as Mwalimu is saying, fathers are very key. Fathers are feathers, and without fathers you cannot go far. You cannot go far. So that's the purpose. The work of a father would be very helpful to enable the child, or the man now, whom, because every boy is a man, to nurture those skills and to become a better man.
Well, I want us to go for a break, and as we go for a break, he has said something very important, that every man came with something on the surface of the earth. Actually, they say that every child is born on a closed fist. That means that they came with something on the surface of the earth. I want you to ponder about this as we go for the break. What did you bring on the surface of the earth? We'll be back shortly.
Pillars of Faith.
These truths that we bring out every week around the Word of God, they are meant to strengthen our faith.
Time is a consequence of light. The light you have will inform the time you'll be in.
We seek to fulfill the mandate of the Great Commission.
The purpose of God for believers is for formation of sons.
What are the pillars that we need in our lives?
Bearing fruit is spiritual maturity.
Yeah.
You cannot bear fruit if you're not mature.
That is our agenda, motivation and intention.
Introduce Jesus into the matter, and your times and seasons will shift.
Pillars of Faith, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Explore a world of knowledge at Elevation Bookshop. Dive into topics like marriage, money, and spiritual growth with our vast reading materials. But that's not all. We are thrilled to introduce new additions like stationeries, notebooks, modeling clay, dictionaries, pencils, kamusi, and more. And calling all students, gear up for success with our back-to-school items, providing you with everything you need to excel in every subject. At Elevation Bookshop, we're here to assist you in finding the perfect resources for your journey. Do you have specific preferences or looking for something special? Visit us at Kenya Cinema Plaza, mezzanine floor, or contact us on 0748 902 225. Elevation Bookshop. Enrich your life.
Yes, welcome back, and I know you are enjoying yourself as we are here on studio, and you can imagine what is going on during that break. At least we have had a glass of water. The studio is hot here because the topic is also hot. We are talking about this man and his assignment. It's so important to understand your assignment because no one is on earth to cause congestion. And no one is on earth to escort others. You are here for an assignment. You are here for an appointment. You are here for a divine assignment. You are not a mistake. God knows you. God knew you. Before you were formed in your mother, God knew you. So you don't need to lose heart. You don't need to give up. All that you need is to connect to your assignment. Because as they say, that provision is in the vision. I'm joined by my guest here. There is Mwalimu George Kimani of CHACHAM Consultants and Pastor Paul Kimani from Kingdom Diplomats Assembly in Ruiru.
Yes, sir.
You are in Ruiru.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we want to appreciate all our viewers. We are so excited to have you. We have people watching us all the way from UK, all the way from Kate Duarte. Wow, Kate, thank you for watching all the way from UK. Uko Kimbo, yes, I can see you. I can see you. May you be blessed for the good work you are doing. Always happy to see. Wow. I'm her mentor, so she's saying very happy to see her mentor, Joe Wisdom. So I'm also very proud of you, Kate. Keep writing to us, keep engaging us. On Facebook, we have people who are watching us as well. And we want to acknowledge that by following us, we are excited. Nesh, thank you. And all others who are watching us live, God bless you so much. You'll be reading your comments, and we know that you continue enjoying this show. We want to get to the last part of this show. And Mwalimu George, in pursuit of the assignment, maybe how did you discover your assignment? Because you look like a man on assignment.
Yes, I am.
How did you discover your assignment? Some people are asking. They are saying, I'm everywhere in general, nowhere in particular. I'm doing everything. And how do I discover my assignment?
How I came to discover my assignment, which is teaching, I can say that that is something that I'm so passionate about, and I pursue in most of the areas that you find me. I'm teaching very many things.
Yes.
Is that I was able to do it in a better way, in a way that people appreciated. And quite often people will tell me, you are a good teacher.
That I can attest.
But sincerely, you know, they say that teaching is a call. But I've never been called. And even if I was called, I never responded. But somehow all along, I've been a teacher. And it's something that I have come to like so much. Even as I do consultancy and do psychology, much of it you'll find that it is dominated by teaching.
You also are a very good teacher of the word.
Yes.
I have seen you online.
Yes, I preach the word.
Stream sermons.
Yes, stream sermons.
Yes.
Yeah, every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. live Facebook. It is something that I've discovered is in me, is a gifting, is a talent, and I enjoy doing it.
Wow.
But unfortunately, there is no much money in teaching. That one we can say. But God has been faithful. We get money elsewhere.
Wow.
Yes. So as you discover the assignment, you must not be guided by the monetary gain.
Wow.
You must be guided by your passion, the satisfaction,
Yes.
and how well you are doing it.
Wow.
And once you discover, you'll be so satisfied, you do it in a better way, and people will appreciate, and people will benefit, and people will always remember what
Impartation.
you did.
You impact people.
Actually, I meet some people, and they tell me, I remember the word you preached. And some of them I preached even before I got married, more than 20 years ago.
Wow.
And we meet with a person and tells me, I can remember this and this and this. Yeah. So once you discover your assignment, you should follow it irrespective of the monetary gains that are coming there, irrespective of the challenges that you find on the way.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. Powerful. We want to be very practical. We talked about phronesis, practical wisdom. And I know that there are people who will discover themselves just because of watching this show. Pastor Paul.
Yes, sir.
You know, the good thing is that I know a little bit of your story. There were days you used to you are everywhere in general and nowhere in particular.
Correct.
Doing businesses, crossing countries like villages.
Sure.
How did you get to know that this is my assignment?
Thank you, Apostle. One time I was in a certain city, and I asked myself a question. Why am I struggling so much to look for money and I don't get fulfillment in life? I am not fulfilled. And because I said discovery, self-discovery, I began a journey of self-discovery many years ago. And one time I came across a statement that if everybody would be paid like $10 a day, what would you want to do? That is to say, if money will not be a factor, what would you love to do even if you are not paid?
Wow. If money is not a
If
consideration.
money will not be a consideration
Yes.
in the negotiation, what would you do for free?
Wow.
And I deeply within my soul realized there is one thing that I've been running away from. And that is the only thing that gives me fulfillment.
Yes.
Because assignment is about fulfillment in life.
Wow.
It's not about how much you make. And number two, it's about solving a problem.
Wow.
And I realized that we are here as a problem, as a solution to a problem. And anytime you solve a problem, you find you derive some satisfaction that can never be, covered or answered by money.
Yes.
And for that matter, I discovered that there are some areas that I was very good at. I could solve some problems rather than being a part of the problem.
Wow.
I finished that question by saying this. As assignment is about solving a problem. If you create a problem, your value goes down. Okay. When you solve a problem, your value goes up.
Now, you can pin that down. Maybe you can say that again, sir.
So, when you become a problem, you create a problem, your value goes down. But when you solve a problem, your value goes up.
Wow.
So those people who solve problems, genuinely, their value goes up.
Wow.
And I discovered that I've been losing value all along. I've been getting some money, but
you are
my value
creating
has been losing value. So I chose to have a U-turn.
Yes.
Pursue my assignment, and my value went up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful. I want to ask you, are you creating problems or are you solving problems? Because if you are creating problems, the government should look for you.
Sure.
Serikali ndio inatafuta if you are creating problems. So I like that, and even how you answered to the call, and there's such satisfaction that comes. I remember,
Yes,
my background is accounting, and I was working for a petroleum company. I can say this to our viewers, and basically I was doing well, and at some point I realized that my office, I could host a lot of people with problems, challenges. Actually, 80% of the people that I served in the office were not of the trade of our core business. I used to get people with challenges, they are coming for solutions, they are opening up to me. And I realized that there is something here. But you know, they are not paying, so I can't quit the job. And I just thought I am just helping them. But at some point I found myself closing the office to go and talk to people somewhere. Maybe I've been invited in a school or in a church somewhere, in a company somewhere, and I'm not charging at that moment. So money is not a consideration, but I'm closing the office that I'm getting a salary from to go and do things that are not getting paid for. I think that's one of the ways that you desire, that you get to know your area of assignment. And later on I realized I was becoming unfaithful, I was creating problems. So I decided to quit. And Wisdom Talks was born. Here I am. And I thank God that there are so many people watching us who are part of our program. I can see some come out watching all the way from Nakuru. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You're saying tuning from Nakuru, learning and relearning. Thank you. William Nyoro, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Pastor Wamai, all the way from Gatondo, Redeemed Gospel Church. Joy Mwadi, thank you. I am a problem solver. Stanley Gure, thank you, my senior. Reverend Stanley, all the way from Deliverance Church, Veta. Roiro Matangi, thank you. Nesh, discovering your assignment, having passion towards a certain area consistently. Thank you, sir. Wow, Nesh has just written what we are discussing here. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Chris Briefly, one of our panelists here, all the way from Embu.
Oh, that's
is
great.
watching. It's a blessing to have you. Dr. Jamie Jogona, all the way from Utawala. Thank you, my counselor. Thank you. It's an honor to have you watch us, and it's such a joy. Now, I want us to look at this conversation now. Now that you have discovered your assignment, are there challenges? And we said we want to be very practical as we conclude this conversation. What are the challenges that you came across after discovering? Or was it just a free ride, just enjoying? Sometimes people would think that now that I am in my assignment, no, are there challenges in the path of assignment?
Yes, so many. One of them is that obviously at the beginning there may not be a monetary reward, as you're saying. Yes. And this becomes a major discouragement to many people because they wonder, how can I continue pursuing this and it is not well paid? Number two, people may not believe in you, may start wondering, have you gone crazy? Like now for your case, how could you resign from a petroleum company to go and talk? Just talking to people who are not paying you. And that can be a discouragement. And then you may find that going forward, the skills that you require to sharpen are not coming your way. So you have to beat around the bush, juggle around trying to establish yourself. But eventually, if you overcome that, you are able to get to a place where you deliver the skills that you have acquired on your assignment.
Wow. Yes. And can I also add that at that level, because I was also there, commitment is very key.
Sure.
You don't heap hope You believe in it, you don't believe in it, Mara, you are going to something else. Commitment. I don't want to say something that I say today in our personal branding class. I know some of our participants are watching, some of my mentees are watching. We say that commitment, what a committee cannot do, commitment will do. If you are committed to your assignment, it will pay off at some point.
Sure.
You can add something on that.
Yeah.
Maybe challenges. Are there challenges that you
yes.
went through?
I say that assignment is about solving a problem. But I also discover that you are not supposed to solve the problem for everyone.
Okay.
You are not there to solve every problem to everyone. So there is need to identify to whom you are sent to whom you are assigned to.
Yes.
Because if you become the jack of all trade, you'll be master of none. And I also discovered that one of the challenges is that when you attempt to go that direction of trying to solve every problem, one of man said that if you are solving a problem and you don't see the effects or the results forthcoming, there are two possibilities.
Yes.
Either you are not solving the right problem or you are solving the problem for the wrong people.
Okay.
So distractions has been one of the issues.
Solving the problem for the wrong people.
Yeah, you may be solving the wrong problem or solving the problem for the wrong people.
Maybe before you continue, in short, what Pastor Paul is saying, you can be a Jonah, having a very good message for the people of Nineveh.
Yes.
But you are on your way to Tarshish.
Correct.
Loss must be evident. Do you know if that man, if it's called who?
Jonah.
If Jonah went, actually God saved Jonah from himself. God saved Jonah because if Jonah took the message of repentance to Tarshish, he could have been stoned. Mob justice. Because he has right message but to the wrong
people.
I think that's
the
what
wrong
you're
audience.
saying.
Yes.
Yes.
So the how to navigate through the very the horizons of knowing to whom I'm sent to. Peter was sent to a specific people, to the Gentiles.
Jews. Yeah,
to the Jews.
Yes.
Paul was sent to the Gentiles.
Yes.
So if he tried to go to the other direction, he would not have gotten
Could not
anywhere.
make sense.
So basically, is the way now to be able to be sure that my assignment is to specific group of people or to specific geographical location, because it's also geographical in nature.
Yes.
That's where now the rubber meets the road.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I like this conversation, and we continue speaking to you as you take notes. As you take note and make notes, because you need this for future reference. You keep looking at these notes because the easiest way for a man to fight himself is by losing himself into the service of God. If you feel like there's nothing good you are doing out there, find a place to serve. By service, you find yourself. We are here because we value you as a man. And I keep reminding you that it takes a man to get the best out of another man. Now that we're in this conversation about the challenges and the battles that we are fighting out there on our way to fulfilling our assignments, and we see all manner of people, people who have gotten into greatness, people who have become great, have paid a price. What is the price of the assignment?
The price of the assignment, as you have said, number one, there must be commitment. You must be committed. And being committed means you are devoting your time, you are devoting your resources, and you forget about everything else. You pay the price of commitment.
Wow.
Number two, you must pay the price of rejection.
Okay.
There are times that people will reject you as you go to pursue your assignment. But if you persist, finally you get to your assignment. Then the other price that you must pay is now the sacrifice. There is the sacrifice that comes with it, because it's not going to be easy. And one thing that people must appreciate is that it is one thing to discover your assignment, and another thing to effectively deliver.
Execute it.
Yes, there will be a period of training. And I always speak the example of David in the Bible. David was anointed to be the king. He knew he would be the king. But there was a moment that he had to go through the wilderness. There was a moment that he had to go and fight the battles as he sharpens his skills towards the fulfillment of the assignment. So when you are going through this training, when you are going through this period of drought, this period of deprivation, you must remain committed, you must remain focused, and that is the price you pay. So that when you now come to the platform, we will all be excited of how you are delivering your assignment.
Wow.
Yes.
So there is a price.
Yes.
Pastor Paul,
Yes.
is there something that you would want to add possibly on the price of the assignment?
Sure, integrity.
Okay.
Yeah, integrity is very key, without which many talented people or many gifted people have missed it badly because of compromising the tenets of their belief. So I would say that integrity is very, very important.
Wow.
Yeah, in the pursuit of the assignment. There are sometimes we may be required to compromise, like Joseph.
Yes.
Joseph had a very glorious destiny, but it was supposed to be aborted on the crucible of disintegrity.
Yes.
So he had to ensure that he operated within the tenets of his belief.
Yes.
Yeah. So integrity is very important.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Integrity. And that is what is lacking in the marketplace.
This integrity comes from the word integer, one.
One.
So when Joseph was in a foreign land, nobody knew him. But God, he knew. He
Wow.
said, God. So he was one. Wherever he was, he wanted to be one.
How can I do this thing?
And he was whole. So he said, I will not do this and mess up my
Walking
life.
the talk.
Yes.
Wow, great,
Sure.
great. We are almost coming to the end of our show, but we cannot end this show without asking this question. What are the benefits of the assignments? What are the joys? Because it's not just about challenges. Today I can't say that I'm not, I'm excited. I'm excited about my journey. If I was not in my assignment, I could not be an author.
Sure.
By the grace of God, I have authored 3 books. Wisdom for Wealth, Wisdom for the Marketplace, Wisdom for Relationships. And others that are coming. I've mentored so many people. Because it's only in your assignment that the right people locate you. Where you stand determines who sees you. You cannot stand on the wrong side of the highway and expect to get to your destination. It's very important. So what are the joys? What are the benefits of pursuing and paying the price of your assignment?
For me, I look at them in 2 ways.
Yes, sir.
There is what I call the internal joy.
Wow.
And the external joy. Now, the internal is that satisfaction that I get when I have delivered my assignment. Now, this internal satisfaction does not even require a compliment from people. Whether people tell me I've done it well or they don't tell me, I know that I have done it well. And when I see people excel, courtesy of my delivery, I feel so good. Like now that I've been a teacher for many years, there are guys I have mentored. And when I meet them out here doing so well, I feel so good.
Wow.
A few minutes before I came here, I was with one in my office. And the kind of work that young man is doing, it gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Wow.
Number 2, the external joy is what my brother here is calling problem solving. When you execute your assignment well, you help people solve their problems. And when people's problems have been solved, they become so happy. And when they become so happy, that's when now money starts coming in, because they feel like I need to appreciate this person.
Wow.
They have really helped me to solve my problem. So as a way of saying thank you, take these few coins or take these much coins, and there you benefit.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. So there are benefits of the assignment. Sir?
Yeah, they are. The Bible says, for the joy that was set before Christ, he never saw us the cross as an impediment or hindrance. So there are joys that lies ahead of us, as Mwalimu is saying. When you see people smile, when you see a problem that have been solved through your instruction or your input, it gives you a lot of joy.
Wow.
And number two, you know that one day you will stand before the one who sent you here because you are on assignment. And assignment is not for forever. So it has a tenor. There's a term. After the end of this journey, you'll be required to give an account of how did you, execute your assignment. And would you be one that will be told, well done, good and faithful servant, or wicked servant? So because of that, you look at the eternal perspective, that after the end of this life, I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. Yes.
Wow, such a powerful conversation right here, and we are excited that we have discovered. I know it's a journey, and I commit to continue having this conversation because I know deliverance is happening. There's someone who is getting to understand where they are coming from, where they stand, and where they are headed. There are people who are beginning to get some concepts here and there. That is it the reason why I like doing this and feel disconnected from this? Though this is bringing money and this is not bringing anything, why is my heart on this? So our encouragement tonight is that the future is bright. Money is waiting for you because your money is in your assignment. Mwalimu George, I want you to look at this camera and speak to the man watching us at home or this family who are possibly going through a difficult moment in their assignment. Maybe there is a man who resigned from his place of work because he believed in his assignment. Then he is going through a phase I call disappearance, where nothing is working, and he feel like he did a mistake. Actually, the relatives are blaming him. He even feel like he did the wrong thing, but he's still on the path of assignment. Speak to him.
I want to speak to that man. If you are going through that period, most likely this is your training ground. And even when we are working on assignments, even in the school environment, we go to the library, we go to the internet, we consult people. And that period of compiling the notes and compiling the materials, it is not very easy. But once you have endured and you have your notes, you now produce a very nice document that you submit to your teacher and you get awarded marks. So my brother, don't give up. Go through the training period and eventually you'll be able to deliver a very fair copy. And that is when now you will enjoy, and all of us will enjoy, because you are here on a purpose.
Wow. How can we find you?
You can get me at the Bazaar Plaza, 11th floor. We are called CHACHAM Consultants. We offer counseling services at individual level and at company level. We talk to people on very many issues, young people, old people, workers. You can contact us. My number is 0720-322-961. 0720-322-961.
Wow, thank you, sir. Thank you for being a blessing to us tonight.
Welcome.
It's always a pleasure to have you. Sir,
Yes,
use
sir.
your camera. Speak to that man.
Thank you.
Encourage that man, possibly who is going through the turns and the twists of life. Someone who is not being understood by family or friends.
Sure.
Let him know that he's not lost.
Sure, I want to talk to you, man with a lot of greatness in you, that no product decides its purpose. The purpose is determined and decided by the manufacturer. The only thing we do is to discover. I want you to know that there is a lot of wealth within, and you cannot exit this earth with the full capacity of that. You have to offload it. And I want to let you know that God is so much interested in you than you may think you are. So would you take some time and don't look without, look within, because there is too much in you that the world is waiting for your manifestation. It's not yet over until he says it's over. There is hope for you. God bless you.
Where do we find you, sir? There are people who would want maybe the book of the assignment.
Oh yes,
I am services.
I am in Ruiru, Kingdom Diplomats Assembly. and the book is also available, the assignment. We can, through the Joe Wisdom Talks, I'm also one of his proteges. You can be able to get in touch with me. So it's available, and it will shed more light on the subject of the assignment. God bless you.
Wow, welcome, and we want to appreciate all of us for watching. I want to say that I'm very proud of what this show is doing out there in the marketplace.
Thank you.
Men are getting empowered, and I want to acknowledge some people who are also watching us live. Thank you, Sam Kamau from Nakuru. Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you, Stanley Gule, Reverend. Sospita Irongo, if you are not seeing immediate results in the assignment you are on, it may be that you are solving the wrong. Wow, thank you, Sospita Irongo, for that. Karen, Kim, wonderful. I'm created and sent to solve, not create problems. God bless you. Hiram Gatebi Kariuki, my pastor, Paul Kimani. That's powerful, solving problems for the wrong people. Food for thought. Joy Mwadi, I am blessed, Apostle. God bless you. Wilberforce Wanyonyi, all the way from UK, following and learning. Karen Kim, thank you, Pastor Joe. Sospita, thank you. And all of us who are watching us, James Nganga, thank you, Professor, for watching. God bless you. It's such an excitement to come to you live, and I know that you have been empowered. I want to take this opportunity to invite every man, to invite every marketplace leader, to invite every business lady, every person on 24th of August for a Kingdom Marketplace Empowerment Breakfast. We are calling it Marketplace Empowerment Breakfast at Mark Hotel. Mark Hotel, Ikopare Bypass, Roiro Bypass. You are welcome from 8 a.m. We have a very good some good topics and some good speakers, very valuable speakers. We'll be talking about dealing with debts and wisdom for the marketplace. So invite a man to invite a man. Invite your friends. This meeting is open for all genders. If you are a business lady, if you are a businessman, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a professional, if you are a marketplace leader, this meeting is for you. I want you to know that you are most welcome. You can get this, you can get more of this on our page, Wisdom Talks or Joe Wisdom Talks. I also come to you with some materials, Joe Wisdom Talks resources, 3 books, Wisdom for the Marketplace, talking about mastering your marketplace assignment, Wisdom for Wealth, Money and the Spirit of Wealth, and Wisdom for Relationships, where you grow into your relationship and position yourself strategically. Lastly, I want to appreciate all of you for your support and your love. Thank you for calling us and reaching out to us. I know you are getting blessed. Write to us, continue writing to us. It's a great encouragement. I want you to know that you are valuable, you are valued, you are esteemed, you are just an important person on this show. You have made this show become your family show. You have made this show become your family program. God bless you so much. Until next time, keep it locked on Elevate TV. God bless you.